Ever worried you weren't getting all the right nutrients on your vegan diet? I definitely felt that anxiety until I discovered a system to eat vegan that was developed after looking through thousands of studies for optimal health and longevity by health professional Dr. Michael Greger. It's called the Daily Dozen, and it's helped millions of vegans achieve the best health of their lives. So now I'm going to show you how to use this system, and I've simplified it even further to make it easier to digest. And so to do that, we're going to use the Daily Dozen to build a new vegan food pyramid. Like any pyramid, without a solid base, anything you build on top of it will fall apart. So this first level of the pyramid is critical. But unfortunately, many new vegans completely overlook its importance and they end up missing out on key nutrients and getting sick. And it's not really their fault because in the US especially, foods from this group are hardly consumed at all. But this layer is full of sources of protein and more importantly, fiber, which 95% of Americans are deficient in. I'd even argue that this layer of the pyramid is one of the biggest reasons you'll start seeing health benefits when switching to a plant-based diet, because it's full of foods that are constantly recommended by dietitians, but the average American hardly touches. This part of the pyramid is whole grains and legumes, and the Daily Dozen recommends getting 3 servings of each a day. Now, my favorite whole grains are oats, whole wheat pasta, and bulgur. And a serving can mean a half a cup of a hot cereal or 1 slice of whole wheat bread, for example. And as for legumes, a serving could be half a cup of cooked beans, but it could also mean a 1/4 cup of hummus. Yeah, hummus counts. Or half a cup of tofu. So there are a variety of ways to get your daily servings of food on this level. An easy way to get both legumes and whole grains at once is to cook whole grains and beans together, like in mujadara, which is a traditional dish eaten in Lebanon, Jordan, and Palestine, or rice and beans, which is a traditional dish eaten at my house. Just use a whole grain like brown rice or bulgur instead of the white rice. That being said, while legumes and whole grains are important, without the rest of the pyramid, you're doomed to fail to get all your nutrients. So let me show you the next level. Now imagine your close friend eagerly writes to you and they've got their first match on Tinder in a long time and they're extremely excited to go on a date. The thing is, your friend is anxious because they have bad breath.
Hi.
And they're not quite sure how to fix it before it destroys their chances at everlasting love. So you ask them, have you been brushing your teeth? And they look at you and say, well, I know I'm supposed to do that, but I haven't really gotten around to it. You probably think, what? How can you complain about bad breath when you're not even doing the basics? Well, that is exactly a relationship with the next level of the pyramid, which is fruits and veggies. We know we should be eating them, but we often overlook it. But unlike bad breath, don't immediately realize just how much damage we're doing to ourselves by skipping them. But something that people get wrong about fruits and veggies though, is that they really aren't a great source of fiber. Instead, they're a haven of nutrients like vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin K, as well as potentially hundreds of different plant compounds that are beneficial to health. And of course, they add lots of color and beauty to meals as well. The Daily Dozen recommends 3 servings of fruit a day, which could be a medium fruit or a 1/4 cup of dried fruit, and 2 servings of vegetables a day. So like half a cup of carrots or mushrooms. Technically a fungi, but we'll roll with it. But even if you eat a variety of fruits and vegetables, you still put yourself at risk for missing some key nutrients without the next layer of the pyramid. So have you ever tried to dress nice, but it seemed like whatever you tried putting on, nothing seemed to look quite right? Well, a lot of the times it's because there are a few simple staples that are so important they go in any wardrobe. I'm talking like jeans, white t-shirt, white tennis shoes, and they help your outfits come together effortlessly. Well, there are some fruits and vegetables that, in the same way, should be staples in a healthy diet. There are a few groups of fruits and vegetables that are so nutrient dense and offer unique properties that they have their own spot on the pyramid. Yeah, you can get all your key nutrients without them, but including them helps your diet come together effortlessly. The first staple is a group of vegetables that go above and beyond regular vegetables because they've been shown to prevent DNA damage and prevent cancer spread, among other benefits. These are going to be your broccoli, kale, cabbage, and arugula, to name a few. And as a group, they're called cruciferous vegetables. In fact, that's why kale was hailed so much as a superfood without people realizing that there are a lot of foods that have similar properties as kale. The Daily Dozen recommends 1 serving a day, and a serving could be half a cup of chopped broccoli or 1 tablespoon of horseradish, for example. The next staple on this level is so important that Dr. Greger has declared them the healthiest foods on the planet. Because as whole foods go, they have the most nutrition per calorie. And one study found that they were the food group associated with the strongest protection against major chronic diseases. These are your greens, so think spinach, kale, and arugula. And yeah, as you can see, some foods count for multiple food groups. All the more reason to eat them. The Daily Dozen recommends 2 servings a day. So a serving could be 1 cup raw or a half a cup cooked of any of these. And don't just spam spinach, make sure you're getting a variety of these in. The final staple on this level are fruits that are essentially the greens of the fruit kingdom. They're a cut above the rest. They offer potential protection against cancer, a boost to the immune system, and a study of nearly 100,000 men and women found that those who ate the most of this food were significantly less likely to die of cardiovascular disease. And they taste amazing frozen. I'm talking about blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, just berries in general. And the Daily Dozen recommends 1 serving a day, which is half a cup fresh or frozen or a fourth of a cup dried. But even if you're eating plenty of the foods from all these levels of the pyramid, you risk not absorbing some of the key nutrients if you aren't paying attention to this next level. So have you ever been on a diet and decided you were gonna start eating salad? And then to be even healthier, you think, actually, you know what? I'm gonna have the salad without any sauce. And then you bite into it and it's just this terrible dry experience. That's gotta be one of the worst food experiences out there. So you say, okay, I'll put a little sauce on it. And then bam, suddenly the salad becomes way better. I don't know about good, but way better. The sauce has this ability to bring all the ingredients together, and that's exactly what this next level of the pyramid does. It's full of foods that quite literally make the best vegan sauces for salads, but they're also full of healthy fats that are important for key bodily functions, and they help us absorb some key fat-soluble nutrients from fruits and veggies, like vitamin A, vitamin E, and vitamin K. This next level is where you'll find nuts and seeds. The Daily Dozen recommends 1 serving a day, which can be a fourth of a cup of nuts or 2 tablespoons of a nut butter like peanut butter or tahini. But one seed gets its own spot on this level because it's one of the richest sources of essential omega-3 fatty acids, has around 100 times more of cancer-fighting components called lignans than other foods, and may work 2 to 3 times better than certain medicines for lowering blood pressure without the side effects, amongst a load of other benefits. I'm talking about flax seeds, and the Daily Dozen recommends 1 ground tablespoon a day, and that's in addition to the serving of nuts and seeds a day. Keep in mind, your flax seeds must be ground for you to properly absorb them. But I found most places do sell them ground anyways, and in general, flax seeds go great in smoothie bowls, oatmeal, or even baking. Finally, the last level of the pyramid feels a bit like cheating, like an action replay from back in the day to unlock unlimited rare candy. Because not only does it make your food tastier, it makes it significantly healthier because these foods are packed with antioxidants. Just 1 teaspoonful of them have the potential to double the antioxidant units in a meal. Of course, I'm talking about herbs and spices. Think oregano, cilantro, basil, dill, cinnamon, cumin, ginger, black pepper. There's so many options to make your food taste better and provide more nutrition. But the Daily Dozen specifically recommends 1 serving of turmeric a day, or 1/4 of a teaspoon, along with any other spices and herbs you enjoy. Turmeric gets a shout out because many papers suggest that it may play a role in preventing or treating lung disease, brain disease, and a variety of cancers, and may also even help speed recovery after surgery and effectively treat rheumatoid arthritis better than the leading drug of choice. Another case of a plant food outperforming a medicine. Just make sure you take it with a pinch of black pepper, that way your body properly absorbs it. Now, hold on a second. Those of you paying attention may have realized that we only covered 10 of the Daily Dozen. That's because the last 2 are drinking enough liquids and getting enough exercise in. And of course, the Daily Dozen also has a footnote mentioning you should have a reliable source of B12, like a supplement, and also a vitamin D supplement if you're not getting adequate sun. So now you have all the components of the perfect vegan diet. But how do you actually put it all together and create meals from it? Check out this video next where I show you exactly how you can make 3 of the easiest vegan breakfasts ever and tick off loads of parts of the pyramid in a single meal.